Welcome to DowerChan.com. All right, today we're going to take a look at a comparison between the Surface Pro 3 and my Surface Pro 1 in regard to just some drawing and stylus things. So obviously, if you didn't know, one of the big differences between the two, the Surface Pro 1 and 2 versus the Surface Pro 3, is a change in pen. So now, as you can see, uh, really what it is that this is the included pen that came with the Surface Pro 1 and 2. It's a basically it's a Wacom digitizer. Now, this is a batteryless type of magnetic uh, basically drawing sensor, and this is N-Trig's, and this is so N-Trig is a little different. It actually requires a battery. It actually requires a quadruple A battery. So if you take a look at this guy and I get this out, it requires a quadruple A battery. And it's powered. And I don't know exactly how long it's supposed to last because I don't see any type of indicator that says otherwise. But as far as quality of pens, the original one does feel a lot cheaper in comparison to the N-Trig. The N-Trig is a much nicer, heftier feeling pen. With basically this one has a tip button. There's a button over here. The next to this part is the part that attaches to the side of the device. This one has this is not an eraser tip. This is an eraser tip. There's actually a function button for additional functionality on the Surface Pro 3. And Let's see. Basically, the N-Trig one has two buttons on the sides here. One's for special functions, and one is also this is typically for the eraser. So let's take a look at, well, let's first things first, we'll take a look at the Surface Pro 1 using its original stylus to see how well it tracks. So from here, I made a mark here, I'll erase that. So using a standard pencil tool, we see that, basically, actually, I'll use this marker since it's a little easier to see. So we can see that the tracking seems to be pretty good on here. Uh, Pressure wise, that's a very bad tool for showing pressure. I'll use a pencil for that. You can go from fine to much darker line with pressure. And so if you can see the cursor floating, uh, there was just a tad bit of lag behind this guy. So let's take a look now and see how well the Surface Pro 3 with the N-Trig compares. So, all right, so I have the pencil tool selected, and you can see that there's a cursor there. It's actually much closer to the screen, actually. And using the same brush tool, for example, the tracking is quite comfortable as well. Pressure-wise, same deal. It actually feels a bit more smooth using the N-Trig, but both are quite good. I'm actually very surprised at how well the N-Trig is performing because my past experiences with some N-Trigs haven't been all that impressive, but this actually is quite good. And having the button on the side here for an eraser is actually quite nice too, because I can erase from here. I don't have to flip it around to do that. So. Uh, Not to say this is bad. This is still a very good experience using this. So as you can see, I can get fine grain, a fine level of detail if I wanted to, with the various pressure exerting on the device. The takes a little bit getting used to if you haven't used a Wacom before. The cursor doesn't quite always line up exactly with the tip. It's usually close enough. And what Microsoft has done with the Surface Pro 3 is the distance between the display surface and the pen is a lot closer. So I don't know if it's gonna be kind of hard to see, but as you can see, if you can look, I'm very accurate in a way between the cursor position and where my pen tip is. And that may make all the difference in the world to somebody. Once again, I have used Wacoms for a long time, and I was actually very impressed with how well the N-Trig has uh, has matched up in this latest iteration on the Surface Pro 3. So something to consider. Now, the Pro 1 still is a great tablet. If you can get these guys, you can probably get them for a lot cheaper than the Pro 3. However, the i5 4 GB, 128 GB storage model goes for about $1,000. So, and of course, that's without the keyboard cover, which is sort of a necessary attachment. Of course, I'm not using it with it, so because Sketchbook Pro is a great program that doesn't require that, but something to consider. So that's kind of a quick look at using the styluses between the two devices and drawing experiences. I'm actually quite impressed with how well the N-Trig works. So, I mean, for those that are hardcore Wacom people, there is more you can do with it than the software allows for on the N-Trig. For example, the Feel It drivers you can get from Wacom for the Surface Pro 1 and 2 will allow you to give you more options for varying the sensitivity for the amount of pressure, because some people might have a heavier hand or lighter hand. You can customize that, as well as maybe a bit more calibration options and programmability with their drivers. N-Trig doesn't really give you much to go with besides whatever Windows offers for calibration, and there's really not much you can do as far as, say, adjusting the tip sensitivity. So if you have a heavier hand or lighter hand, you really don't have the option to really say I want to be very subtle with it, or you can be more heavy with it. Some people have worried about whether or not this thing reacts well to uh, heavy hands, or if it's going to dimple display. It does. If you're really heavy, it does kind of flash a bit, but overall it still holds up quite nicely. And it's once again, it's a great, the cursor accuracy is quite good on the N-Trig here. So there you have it. I kind of looked at the drawing experience between the two, the Surface Pro 3 and the Surface Pro 1. If you want to see something more specific, please let me know. Send me an email, send a comment, and subscribe. Thanks for watching.